Hi there, beautiful thrivers. Welcome back to another video with Thriving in Chaos. Today, it is WTF Wednesday time, weekly tracking of finances. So thank you guys for being here. Click that subscribe button, like the video, and let's go. Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you enjoyed the video yesterday. I know it was a collage. I know some of you are like, oh, I was really hoping to see that video. I promise there will be more videos like those. Not like that one, but like the ones that were in that video. And I appreciate everyone that watched and commented on it. It's good to be back and good to be on our regular schedule. I also want to say that I have been praying for those that did ask for prayer requests. So you guys have been in my thoughts and in my prayers. Before we get started with this video, let me go ahead and grab today's prompt card. If you're new to my videos, this is a prompt card. It's basically a conversation starter. So I'll ask and answer the question on the card in this video, and you guys can put your answers in the comments below. Just a little something to help us get to know each other better. So today's prompt card is, what are you afraid of? I am afraid of something happening to one of my loved ones. Primarily my kids. I think I'm more scared about my kids than anything else. I just feel like my husband is resilient, I'm resilient, but my kids are still my babies, even though they're older. It's just I'm always afraid that something is going to happen to them in this world, in this economy. And yeah, so I think that's probably one of my biggest driving fears in life. Realistically, there's also other things that I'm afraid of, like the prospect of drowning, the economy crashing, not being able to afford a house over our heads, that type of thing. So there's those type of normal fears, but I think one of my main driving ones is definitely that I'm concerned or worried that something will happen to one of my kids and it's out of my control. So what about you? What are you afraid of? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so it is WTF Wednesday time. We're going to be working with this new week that just passed, which was the 3rd through the 9th. And if this is one of your first times ever watching one of my WTF Wednesday videos, this is what I like to do. Basically, every Wednesday I go through our online expenses, everything digital that we spend. That's either bank spending, credit card spending, or bills on auto pay. So all of those things are digitally spent, and I have to take care of those, track those, pay those back as needed. Because my budget is primarily around the cash envelope system, making that work in a digital world is imperative. So this is just tracking everything, making sure we're paying back those accounts, paying those credit cards off, all the bills are coming out the way they're supposed to. And then, of course, we're going to track cash expenses just so that we know how much we have spent an entire week. So that's the gist of it. If you have any questions, of course, let me know in the comments below. But this is just what I have learned that works for me in making the cash envelope system work in a digital world. All right, now that I've explained all of that, we did have not too many expenses this time, thankfully, but we did have some. So we had 2 purchases on Saturday. We did do a little bit of grocery shopping. Oh my gosh, can I speak? Am I okay? It was $47 and the original cost was $46.81. If you don't know, I round up the change no matter what, even if it's just like 1 cent over, we round up. And then I'm collecting all of that change and letting it build my account buffer that allows me to make these purchases in my bank without having first to deposit the money, then making those purchases. So we're just adding up our change here, and I just let it build my account buffer by doing nothing but just rounding up. And I'm only tracking it so that we can see how much that actually turns out to be. All right, so moving on. The next thing I bought, this will be coming from my birthday. I actually bought myself something. I bought myself a hoodie. I just could not resist. So it was $90. Yes, a hoodie, $90. And it is now 83 cents and change that we get to put towards our Save the Change challenge. Then on the 8th, we had 2 purchases. One was a gaming purchase, I'm assuming hubby. And that was for $7 rounded up. It was $6.99, so we get 1 cent there. And then also a haircut, which comes from, not haircuts, but self-care. And my hubby went and got himself a haircut. It was $25 even. Then moving over to the 9th, this is coming from school supplies. I had to buy my daughter another notebook and some pens. And that was $30 rounded up, original cost being $29.19. That's 81 cents and change there. Last one was therapy. This is coming from mental health. My daughter had her appointment finally. It's been a little bit of time, but all the holidays and stuff are over now. So 65 even on that. And that'll do it for our bank spending, which we wrote in purple. So I'm going to switch over to credit card spending, which I'm going to write in this green. We only had 2 gas purchases, the first one being on the 4th. If you don't know, we have a credit card and we only use it for gas. My husband uses it specifically. And this is just a way to build our credit by using it for purchases we already make. And then we also earn cash back on it, which I will be collecting soon. It's almost reached $200 in cash back, so that's exciting. Anyway, the first credit card purchase was for gas for $34, and it was originally $33.27. I think that he has given up on, let me just do this without talking first. I think he's given up on trying to reach the 0, and he's just now just letting it go until it stops. That's my theory. So 73 cents there in change. And then again on the 8th, he got gas again, and it was again 34, and the original cost was $33.52, so 48 cents there. All right, so that is it in regards to what we spent on both bank and credit card. Now, what I can do, we can do a little bit of math first, and then we'll get to the rest of this video. But let's start with bank spending. We can go ahead and calculate up what we spent in our bank this past week. And that was a total of $264. For credit card spending this week, we spent only $68, which is nice to see it drop. He just didn't drive as much. I don't know what was on my book. And then cash spending we'll get to in a second. Save the change, we can calculate. That was, we're adding $3.05 to our account buffer this week. Nice. Cash spending we'll get to in a minute. Account buffer we'll figure out if we have to use any of that. Hopefully not. So now, what I'm going to do is take a little minute here and put these squares on that Casey provided in my kit and use these as cute little check marks to check off. So I'll do that and then set everything up, and then we'll get to unstuffing some envelopes. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to work with is grocery, and that was for $47. Not sure what kind of change we have in here. 25, 35. No. So we'll just take this 50 and we'll owe ourselves $3 in some change. And I'll just put that right beside it so we know, which I'll get in just a second probably with gaming. Let's keep going. Self-care. We had $25, so we have $40 here. Do I have any? Probably not any change. Alright, so 25. So we owe 15, so we'll have to get change on that. Alright, keep going. Gaming. So $7 for gaming. I'm going to do ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That leaves 9 in there. All then school supplies is 30. We've got a 50 in here, so we're going to take a 20 out. Alright, so that's the only things that are left in here. So I need to go back to grocery. We can do $3 and change. So now we're done with this. And then self-care we owed 15. I don't think we have that yet, which we don't. So we'll come back when we have even more change. And we did not spend anything in cash this week, so everything is a no-go on that. Alright, so now I'm going to move over to my birthday since I bought myself something. I did tell the hubby that I did that, and he just laughed at me. But it was $90, so I'm going to take $100 here, and then I owe myself 10, which I'll have to get change for. So we'll come back to that. I didn't do gas. Why did I totally skip gas? Let's go back to gas. I'm sure some of you guys noticed that. Alright, so going to my gas budget, we spent a total of $68. 50, 60, oh wow, I actually have 68, 50, 65, 6, 7, and 8. That's amazing. Alright, so $50 in gas here is what is left, and we get paid on Friday, so that's good. So gas all covered, and it did give us an extra 10, which can go, or here, 15. Let's put that back in self-care. Into my haircuts tab. So we've taken care of that change, and we still need some more, another 10, I think. Yeah, okay. So let's go back, let's go and do mental health. We'll get a 10 there, which is in my life maintenance binder. Alright, so we're doing 65 for mental health, 50, 60, and 5. So that leaves 51, 50, 60, 70, 85, 95. Alright, so now we can take this 10 and put it in my birthdays, but we handled that one. We'll go back to wifey and put this 10 in my birthday. Alright, perfect. We have handled everything. And like I said, we didn't spend anything in cash this past week, and we didn't need to take from account buffer because we covered all of these purchases. So, that's not bad. Alright, so we have 100, 250, 300, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 330, 331, and 332. I'm going to take my quick thumbnail really quick, and then we will move on after we put the money where it's supposed to go. Alright, so one thing we didn't do is calculate how much we spent in total. So 264 plus 68. That is all we spent this past week, which is not much, surprisingly. But we've just been doing things at home like the garden and stuff, so we haven't been going out and spending money, which is always nice. Alright, so let me go ahead and separate out $68, which is what we have for credit card. So 50, 55, 56, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1 and 2. So let me see if I can get change first and foremost. I like to keep these separate because they are two different things. One goes back to the bank for what we spent out of our bank account. One goes into this little stash that collects all month long. That is our credit card. And at the end of the month, I deposit this and pay it off before it's due, which is on the 2nd of the following month. So that's just how I'm making that work. So 68, let's see, if we took 100, what change would we need? 32, oh my gosh, 20, 31, and 2. How crazy was that? All right. So now we have exactly 200 in our credit card so far. So $68 week 2. And this just builds all month long so that I can pay that credit card off in full. All right, so the rest of this goes into my back to the bank. There is money in here because my kids have been buying stuff. I just don't track it because that's not our purchases, and they pay me back right away when they make purchases. So, but they just don't like to put their money in the same facing order, no matter how much I try and tell them to. All right, so adding that into here. Oops, I guess I should have just pulled all of those. And this is what is going back to the bank, which I'll probably just repurpose anyway, because we get paid on Friday. So I'll just reuse those bills and subtract it from what I need to withdraw. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do with you guys is transfer all these numbers over to my main budget book, because I don't like to work with 2 books all the time, just on Wednesdays with you guys, so that I can prepare all of that together. And then I just transfer the bottom line numbers here. So bank spending was $264, credit card spending was $68, cash spending was a 0, save the change was $3.05. So now I can put this away for another week, put it up on my shelf, get it out of my way, and we're ready to go. All right, so let's get some running balance numbers here. $895 and $264, that is $1159. $132 and $68, that is $200 even. We didn't spend anything in cash, so that number just drops. And then $5.97 from last week and $3.05 from this week makes it $9.02 that we've added to our account buffer already. All right, so now let's move on to the next portion of this video, and that is our bills. So as you can see, this is what I took out. I think I'm going to keep this in here always so that I can, compare what we pulled for those to what the bottom number was, so we know how much change we'll have at the end of this month. It's a new way of doing it. We'll see how it goes. I predict that we're going to have a lot of huge changes financially soon, so all of this might change. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so the bills that came out this past week, we had Prime come out for $16.99. We had the bank fee, the monthly bank fee, for $5. YouTube Premium right here for $13.99. Clearly they come out when they want to. This is in order that they came out. Netflix, $22.99. Mortgage was $12.81.24. Spotify was $16.99. Hulu was $99.98. And Microsoft, which is my child's, was $8.63, which I need to get their money from them. I need to make myself a note of that. All right, so that is all the bills that came out this past week, quite a bit. Usually the beginning of the month is the busiest in regards to my billing account. Sees the most action during this upper portion of the month. All right, so I'm going to plug these numbers in really quick. Netflix was $22.99. Mortgage was $12.81.24. Prime was $16.19. Spotify, $16.99. Hulu, $99.98. Bank fees, $5. Studio Paint hasn't come out yet. YouTube Premium was $13.99. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bills. I have 8. Oh, Microsoft came out, which I don't have a thing for. So I'll just put that somewhere. I'll just put it right here. Okay, so we're done with the bills portion of that. I did post my massive catch-up video with you guys last night and then today's for WTF Wednesday. So I'll see you guys on Friday for our cash stuffing, our full-time paycheck, first one of April. And yeah, so I'll see you then, of course. And we'll cash stuff together. Looking forward to it. I love cash stuffings. I wish every video was a cash stuffing. It's just not. It's just not. But this is all part of the cash envelope system, is tracking your stuff, making sure you've got everything accountable to you. You're in charge of that, you know? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you a little bit. And if you're still watching, you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to be your weekly inspiration for your own budgeting journey. And if you think you are subscribed, double check. I've seen some comments of people saying they thought they were subscribed and weren't. So I don't want that to happen to anyone else. So if you see that you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good one. And as always, until next time, bye.